What's going on, guys? What are we going to be talking about today? Well, today we're going to be discussing tires and what you might need for your application. So I hope you stick around. If you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. My name is Brian, and you're watching. So, what are we talking about today in relation to tires? Well, I bought Clifford here. That's what I call my truck, Clifford. You've heard of Clifford the big red dog? Well, this is Clifford the big red truck. I bought him in December, and he came with these mud grip tires. I'll show you the name of the mud grip tires here in just a minute. But the tires are starting to wear out. They're wearing out pretty significantly fast. And I'm looking into tires to buy from what I'm doing, pulling weight. And I'm kind of torn between two different tires. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I hope you stick around. Be sure and click the like button and subscribe button before we get into this, guys. I'm going to try to make this as short and sweet as I possibly can. But there is some information I need to get out there and need you guys to understand and need you to know. So click the like button, the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and share these videos, please. So let's get into it. These tires are size 285 70 17s. Now, I'm taking the camera off and I want to show you, never mind the rim because it's really dirty, as you can see. But they are Centennial mud terrain tires, and they're called the Dirt Commander. And I would go back with these tires, but I want you to look at this. You see these lines right here? For those of you that don't know, this is called siping. And what siping does, it kind of allows the tread block to kind of open up, and this sipe basically helps grip the road, kind of like my hand is right here. It grips the road like that and gives you better traction in off-road conditions, wet conditions, things like that. Well, I want you to look. The siping on some of these treads is almost gone. And what does that tell you? Well, after doing some much in-depth research, let me show you the back tire back here. After doing much in-depth research, I've had two tire guys that work at tires. They do nothing but tires. They taught, see, let me back up. I was of the mindset that your tires were good until this tread block got down to this part of the tire. Well, that's wrong. That is completely wrong. There are a lot of people that do that, but they shouldn't, and that causes dangerous driving conditions, especially when you've got a load on it, when you're pulling a trailer. What both of them told me was, when you have, look at this one. That's the sipe right there, and that's all there's left of it. Here's another one right here. It's almost gone. Let me get the camera in a better angle. Yeah, see, that sipe is almost gone. There's another one that's almost gone. When the sipes start disappearing like that, that's when it's time to change your tires. And I have, well, let me come over here. This is my old truck. I officially call her Gertrude. My son calls it Jack. He wanted a male name for the truck. But these are Falcon Wild Peak AT3W tires. They are 3-peak Mountain Peak Snowflake rating. You see all the siping on this tire? This tire is loaded with sipes, and the thing about these sipes, they go all the way down to the bottom of the tread block. The mud grip tires don't. Well, this tire here probably has, and pulling that load, by the way, this tire right here has, I think about 45,000 miles on it. And there's still, I mean, there's still plenty of siping left. There's still plenty of tread block. Now here's the front one. It's even in better shape. Now I don't have a tire depth gauge or anything like that. I'm a good old country boy. I just stick my finger in there, and there's probably 1/4 or 3/8 of an inch of tread left on that tire. Right, like, there you go. And this tire's probably have another, I'd say probably another 25,000 miles left in them. But this truck doesn't get driven much, so these tires will be fine for another 2 to 3 years, or even longer. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, and I know I'm walking, I'm not on camera, and I'm still talking, but I'm looking into either putting the Falcon tires, Falcon Wild Peak AT3 tires on this truck, or I'm looking at putting the Falcon Wild Peak RT01 tires on this truck. Now, why am I not going back with a mud tire? Well, I'm fixing to show you. Let me get up here in the cab here, and let me stop the camera for just a second. All right, now I'm in the cab, and it's hot as the blazes in this thing. But I have to run this thing with no air conditioning so I can make my point with the mud grip tires, or mud terrain MT tires. I've watched so many videos on YouTube and company videos of different companies that sell different type tires, truck tires, LT tires, which is light truck tires, and different things. And the one common thread is everybody's giving 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 mile reviews. Well, guys, in my opinion, now this is Brian with Big South Outdoor TV's opinion, that's not enough miles to give a real clear and concise indication of how that tire is going to perform, especially when you're not pulling a load. In my experience with old Gertrude over there and Clifford, that truck had mud terrain tires on it when I bought it. They were loud. I mean, loud. These tires, I'm fixing to show you, these tires, the longer they wear, they get louder and louder and louder. And I hate it. Now, do I expect a tire to be as quiet as a street tire? Absolutely not, because that's not what they're designed for. If you want grip, you're going to sacrifice some sound quality. If you want sound quality, you're going to have no grip when it comes to off-road. Now, do I take Clifford off-road? No. But I do, on occasion, have to hook a chain to the back of him and pull out a shrub or even maybe a small tree. I do have to do that. And that's when the grip comes into play. But I don't go off-road, and I don't go through mud enough to justify buying another mud tire. So I'm going to hush, and we're going to drive down the road a minute. Turn the air off. Like I said, it's hot as the blue blazes in here, and I'm going to roll my windows down, let some of this heat out, and then when I get going down the road, I'll roll the windows up. Because I want you to hear the sound of the tires with the windows up and the windows down. But before we go any further, let me put my seatbelt on, because I don't want a ticket. Lord have mercy. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to be quiet. Can't hear them yet. I'm doing 40 miles an hour. camera's picking this up. Now I've got the camera off the mount. I hope the camera picked that up. I really do. I don't know if it did with the wind noise or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the camera over here in my hand with it running, and see if it'll pick it up even any better like that. I'm not going to put it out the window. I'm just going to hold it there, and hopefully with the wind noise it'll still pick the tire sound up. I hope it does anyway. So here we go. I had to stop at the traffic circle here, let people go by, and one gentleman couldn't make up his mind where he wanted to go or where he wanted to stop. But anyway, if you heard that, imagine driving like that every day, anywhere from 6 to 9 hours a day, and it's worse when you got a load behind you. It's way worse. Some people might like that. I don't. I put dual exhaust on this truck for a reason. I wanted to hear the exhaust, not the tires. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to the shop. I'm gonna get in the office, and then we're gonna set up, and I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at getting. And then I'm gonna do another video and let you see what I bought, and then we're gonna do a sound test on those also. Guys, I want to show y'all something real quick. This is my office property here. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, that grass looks awesome. It looks incredible. Nate cut this day before yesterday, and it looks fantastic. He's really coming around. He's really doing a good job. All right, we're back in the office, and I'm gonna go to Google. No, I do not know how to type. I just hunt and peck. Now, well, there we go. Now, if you remember earlier in the video, I said I'm looking at two different tires, which is one was the Falcon Wild Peak AT3. Well, you saw that tire on the white truck. So now what we're going to do, we are going to look at the Falcon Wild Peak RT01, which is a rugged terrain. It's kind of a hybrid between the all-terrain and the mud terrain. It's kind of a hybrid. I wanted to show you these pictures to give you somewhat of an idea of what I'm looking at. And I'm going to enlarge this and see if you notice, let me see if I can zoom in on the computer screen. And tilt it up just a tad. There we go. If you notice, I can't make the picture any bigger. I wish I could. But you can see the siping in the middle tread blocks. And then these outer tread blocks, quite a bit, have siping in them also. But here's a better picture. There we go. That's better. You see the siping, it's got multi-directional siping. And if you notice right there, the tread blocks are closer on a rugged terrain than they are on a mud terrain. But you still got all these channels that will channel the water in rainy conditions, will channel the water away from the tire and prevent hydroplaning. Now, doing the research I've done, the one thing I've learned is an all-terrain tire has the toughest compound of any tire for a pickup truck, of any tire on the market, other than just your general standard street tire that's not made for any kind of off-road use at all. Then you've got your rugged terrain or your RT tires, and this is the RT01, which means this is the first generation of this tire. This tire's been out for about 3 years now, so it's not a completely brand new design. It's about 3 years old. Now, the sidewall looks incredibly aggressive. I like the way that sidewall looks. Now, I have narrowed down my choices to between this one and the all-terrain tire. Price-wise, they run about the same. And I'm trying to... How did I do this? Go back here. Guys, I don't use a computer every day, so I have no clue what I'm doing. But the back, it doesn't offer me a back button. So, I don't know exactly. Oh, here we go. Duh. Click, there we go. But anyway, this is a 285/75/16. So, let's see what size options they offer in this tire. I would love to get a 295 or 285/75/17. And there it is right there. Load range E. Right there. The R, if you don't know anything about tires, the R right there stands for radial. It is a steel belted radial. It's a 285/75. Now what does that mean? What does that description right there mean? Well, the 285 means the width from side to side is 285 millimeters. To make sure I'm on the computer. There we go. From here to here is 285 millimeters. And then the 75, let me go to the sidewall. The 75 is it's the aspect ratio or the height from the edge of the rim to the top of the to the tread. And what that is 75% of the tread width. Let me get the other picture because that's a lot better. 75%. The sidewall is 75% this way, the width of this width here. So you can do a 70, which is what's on Clifford now, and it would be about an inch shorter brand new than this tire. But the width is exactly the same, 285 millimeters, 75% this way, and then it's got a 17-inch rim. In other words, from the bead seat to bead seat is 17 inches. So that's what that size is. And these tires are $388 a piece, so they're more expensive. But, they've got these tires here have a 55,000 mile tread warranty. Now, I had a tire guy tell me, and I know I'm not on camera and I know I'm talking a lot, but it is what it is. I had a tire guy, he does nothing but tires. He sells tires, he has a tire business. He said, when you're pulling a trailer and your tongue weight is 500 to 750 pounds, He said your tire, your weight on the back is about equal with the weight on the front. So if the tread warranty is 55,000, he said you can look to get about 40,000 miles out of those tires. So if you drive 12,000 miles a year, you're looking a little over 3 years in between having to buy tires, which is about right for pulling a load. That's not bad at all. But anyway, that's the choices I'm looking at right here, either the AT3W or the RT. So that's what I'm looking at. I have considered several different tire brands. I've considered Kenda Cleaver, but from all the videos I watched, the review videos on YouTube, most people say towing, they're only getting about 32 to 35,000 miles out of those tires. Not saying they're not good tires. They probably are in the right application. But for my application, I don't think they would last. I also looked at the Cooper Rugged Trek, the Cooper Discover Rugged Trek, and they have a 65,000 mile tread warranty, but some of the videos I watched said that they have a tendency to hydroplane. Well, I don't want that happening, especially with my family in the truck. But anyway, yes, I have reached the age where I need reading specs. But anyway, I've narrowed it down to these two possibilities. The only reason I'm leaning towards the Wild Peak, the Falcon Wild Peak RT, is because I already have the Wild Peak AT3W on the white truck. And yes, they're good tires. They served me well. They're almost 4 years old. They got about 43,000 miles on them. And you saw the tread that they have left. They're very good tires. But when I bought Clifford, it had the mud terrain tires on it, and I kind of want to keep in theme with that more aggressive looking tire. But I want to cut out as much of the road noise as I can. I don't care if there's a slight bit of road noise. I just don't want, you heard, I hope the camera, well, by now you know the camera did or didn't pick it up. But you heard the road noise, and that's what I'm trying to eliminate. I don't care if I eliminate every single bit of it. Just reduce it by at least 50%. I would be happy with that. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now, guys. You know, I bring you this information so in the event that you run across my video on YouTube, you will have a person that is using the tire in real world applications. Now, what do I mean by that? Real world means you might tow, you might not tow. You might go off-road, you might not go off-road. Or you just it may be your daily driver. Or you may, like me, tow 5,500 pounds with it 5 days a week, and then on the weekend, you kind of cruise around in it. You know, you clean it up and kind of cruise around, use it as a family vehicle, which is what I do. I've watched so many videos, and guys, like I said in the beginning, these guys are doing 5,000 mile reviews. They're doing 8,000 mile reviews. They're doing 10,000 mile reviews, or they're doing reviews where they're going through deep mud or in deep snow. Well, I'm in North Carolina. We don't have deep snow. I think the deepest snow we've ever had here is 10 inches, and that was almost 15 years ago. So we don't have a lot of snow. We have ice storms, but we don't have a lot of snow. And when we have an ice storm, I stay my butt in the house. I don't get out and go. I try to bring real world application information that maybe you can use in your application. That's what I'm here for. So anyway, guys, I'm glad you're here. If you hung around to this point, thank you so much. But I did want to mention, my analytics are telling me, here's the graph right here. My analytics are telling me that only 20% of those that actually watch my videos are subscribed to the channel. Guys, come on. Join the Big South family. Join the Big South Nation. If you are watching these videos, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help the channel out. It would help the channel grow. It would move my channel up more closer in the algorithm, and it would get me more recognition. Now, what does that do? Well, that allows me to bring you better quality videos. And that's what my goal is. That's what I'm trying to do. So anyway, this is Brian with Big South Outdoors TV, reminding you to live big, live southern, and live outdoors. Until we meet again, folks, have a good one.